Hi everyone, welcome to Hot Setup. This is a quick guide to give you an idea of how to use the app, and we'll have a series of these videos coming that will show all the little details about the app and all the specific features that you can use to get the most out of your motorsport journey. But for now, this is just a quick overview. So the first thing you're going to want to do in Hot Setup is add a vehicle, and there are some sample vehicle setups that you can pick from here that just have parameters that might be of interest to you. So we'll pick a GT4 car to start with. And then in each tab, you basically can set yourself which parameters you track, the units and the steps of adjustment. So if we want to start here with, let's say this car has three-way adjustable dampers. So we can add a new parameter called high speed compression. And this will be set as unitless. And our damper has 26 steps. So it goes between 0 and 26. And we adjust this. You can pick left, right, front, rear, or four corners. So if you're always making the front and rear dampers the same, you can just click front, rear, and you don't need to track all four corners. Now we've got that over here in weights, but we want it in damper, so you just click and drag that over. So now we have high speed compression, and we can even go in and label this low speed compression and reduce our low speed to also 26. Okay, so now we have these parameters for our vehicle set. And you'll go through and set up everything you track. So if your car has a flap angle on the wing, you'll add flap angle. And that's degrees, and it goes in 0 and 32 degrees, and it goes in 2-degree steps. You can even add help tips there that you can quickly reference later, like the flap stalls at 24 degrees, for example. So now that you're going to go and name the vehicle, you can add a picture if you'd like to, and save. So now you have this demo vehicle here in the app, and you'll now go into Circuit Manager and pick the circuits that you're interested in. So you'll open the database, say you're interested in Laguna Seca, you can add that to your database. Say you're interested in Lime Rock, you can add that to your database. And now whenever you start a new event, these circuits will be available to you to pick from. So we go into an event, make a new event, demo event. Our vehicle is the demo vehicle that we just made. The event start date is today, and it ends on Wednesday. And the track, here are the list of tracks. And if you want to open Circuit Manager, you can also do that at this time. So we're going to Mosport, put a picture, you can put notes, and now you've created this event. The event loads, and now the way you work with events is all through sessions. So you create a new session, and this is where you create your setup sheet for this first session, which can even be in your shop. You can say shop setup. It doesn't necessarily have to correlate with actually being on the track. It's just what a moment in time when you want to capture a setup of the vehicle. And you'll go through and set all these values, and in the future you'll be able to copy from previous setups, so you won't have to fill them in every single time. So you can just press tab as you go through. This would be a really strange setup, and you can just add in all of the setup parameters for this session. And then you'll see here you've got a gearing calculator. So if we go in and put through, let's say, these gears, and if we go into the engine page and we say we've got 400 horsepower engine, goes to 8,000 RPM, and we can add in a dyno graph as well. So we can say 1,000 RPM, we have 100 pound-feet of torque, 2,000 RPM, we have 200 pound-feet of torque, and then 3,000 RPM, so on and so forth. So now that we have this power graph, when we go back into drivetrain, we'll see our tractive effort graph, which will also calculate our shift points. And if I had made a proper dyno sheet, you'd see that the shift points would show up here as the ideal point to shift. So then you save your setup sheet, and now you can go into this session. So once you open this up, you've got your weather for that session. You have the ability to put in laps. You can also do that through a stopwatch. And then lap saved with the stopwatch or manually will show up on this lap list here. So if you can just type in if it's a 58-second lap or a 1-minute lap. You don't need to put in the colons and the dots. You just type it in and quickly add the laps in. What you can also do is you can open a track map and you can add in specific notes for specific corners. So you can say car was unstable here, or you can say, you can add a balance note, and this is where you can basically describe in a graph how the car felt. So on trail braking, there was a lot of understeer. Mid corner, there was a lot of understeer, and then the throttle point, it started to trend towards oversteer, and on exit, it was very loose. And you can visibly see on this graph, brown is understeer, which is shit, and red is oversteer, which is spicy. So that's how you can remember it. And you can make these graphs for all the different corners on the track. So that's a real quick overview on how to get started and create a vehicle, a session, an event, sorry, and a session. More to come.